So I've kinda had this issue over the past year of making videos. An issue where I keep saying, you know what? Now's the time. Now is when I'm gonna review third-party Pathfinder 2e content. And then Paizo said, here, have 12 new books for you to cover that you could never possibly get through in the entire history of your channel at the rate we're releasing more new books. Good luck getting to anything third-party. But I think we might be at a good time. You know, Rage of Elements is a few months down the line. Howl of something, furries, that's next year, and the remaster especially is coming out in October. With that remaster on its way, I think the next 6 months will be best spent covering some amazing third-party options you can get right now, right this second, usually over on DriveThruRPG/Pathfinder Infinite. So, I'm going to be covering 3 such products. The word is products. I forgot to turn the light off and shut the shades. I'm going to be covering 3 such products in this video today, all available right now with links in the description. And you can all give a huge thanks to Gallant Goblin for sponsoring this video. They have kindly sponsored the video and donated these 3 products for me to check out and review for you here today, so give them some love over on their social media, which I will also link in the description. With that being said, a few ground rules. I will not be showing off nearly as much content as I usually do in my videos. The reason for that is that this content is not free. You know, I'll dive deep into a class and show off every single feat in an official PF2 class because that's all available for free right on Archives of Nethys. But these are paid premium products that you can't just check out online. So I'll give you a taste. If it piques your interest, go ahead and go into the description, go to the link of the one you want to check out, and throw them a few bucks for their content because it's good stuff and it's really not that expensive. With all that being said, the 3 products we're going over here today are Queerfinder Volume 2, Cooking Unleashed, and Adventures in Jalmaray. Remember, while these are third-party supplements, they're using Pathfinder Infinite, which means they have full right to use named product identity like Jalmaray and such like that. So you might see a lot of familiar names and gods and such like that in these because they've been given that right through the Pathfinder Infinite contract, and I think that's really cool. Starting off, Queerfinder, I had no idea what I was going to find when I opened this. I heard it was sort of like a magazine, and I'd seen the cover. The cover looks just like a cosmopolitan magazine or something along those lines, so I didn't know what to expect. Was it just going to be all in-universe fun lore describing some cool characters and stuff? Or was it going to be just a sort of formatting for a mechanical supplement? And I opened it, and it's kind of just yes to all of that. Queerfinder is portrayed as a magazine in-universe for you to check out, but also as a magazine for Pathfinder players. You can see there's ads for things like Battle Zoo. Free shout out for you, I guess, but I just think that's awesome. This magazine has ad spots in it, you know, like a Cosmopolitan. Can you tell that's the only magazine I've ever read? I guess I read highlights as a kid. So what you see is what you get. Queerfinder is a celebration of everybody. Looking through this, everybody, and I do mean everybody. There's not anybody being left out or segregated. This is just an all-inclusive celebration of people through the medium of Pathfinder, and it comes along with some great stories, some amazing artwork and photography, and for those mechanical of you, new items, new stat blocks for NPCs, some recipes, some miscellaneous stuff. Yeah, we're talking recipes, real-life recipes you can make. As I said, I'm not going to go over all of this, but I am going to tease my single favorite part of this magazine. And that's the article of an oracle reading at the Night Butterflies Market. There's a little bit of lore and a story here about it and who's drawing the cards and whatnot, but this is much more than just a little flavorful story. This is an encounter you can plug right into your game with mechanical elements using a real-life deck of cards. Taking out just 13 cards of a deck, you can get the Cosmic Caravan Oracle deck, with each card pulled teleporting the character that pulled it to an interdimensional shop where they can buy specific items and hosted by a specific proprietor, which is always given information and description for every single card pulled. That is 13 unique stores run by 13 unique NPCs that your players can visit with the pull of a card. This is a great NPC that you can just plug into the middle of a county fair or a town or anything like that. Hell, you can have them run into them in the middle of the wilderness and just be like, hey, you want to buy something? Pull a card, see what happens. There's even flavor text for what the NPC should say when any card is drawn. For example, the Thrush card, when drawn, when she draws this card, Flara sounds solemn. Yes, this is certainly the time of year for seeking new horizons. Drossel will be your guide. Their shop sells wares of all kinds to help you on your new journey, starting a fresh path after a cold, wintry night. They will not lead you astray. And then you get warped to the shop of the Thrush, which is run by the proprietor Drossel, a non-binary fetchling who sells items that are useful for a new journey. You know, the recommended items are like a traveler's chair, gloves of storing, an every need pack, but they're just suggested. It's really cool that this is giving you a starting point for themed shops. Even if you remove the deck and card element entirely, you can use this for small themed establishments you can plug into towns and villages or on a traveling merchant or anything like that. This is amazing. I'm showing off the first 3 here. There's 13 of these. If you want to check it and the rest of Queerfinder out, link in the description. Go pick it up. It is a quality product, a great read, and there's so much great stuff to look at in Queerfinder. The next product we have is Adventures in Jalmarais, which has done something I wish we had already gotten, because D&D 5e has something similar with the, the tavern one. This is not one adventure. This is 3 small mini adventures for you and your party to take on, all taking place in the country of Jalmarais. The 3 adventures available here are Feed the Dead, Gabari, and Snakes at the Swayamvara. God, I hope I said that right. That would be so cool if I did. These are all 4th level adventures balanced for a party of 4 characters, and they're all different enough while still all taking place in the same general country. It all does a great job of exploring Jalmarais, really describing it and building upon the basic building blocks that Paizo provides in their books, and giving it life, and giving all 3 different adventures for you as the DM to potentially pick and choose which one you want to do, or run each of them whenever you feel like it. You, as your group, even if they're not with the same characters, will get to explore and experience Jalmarais in different ways if you play each of these adventures. You can expect to find some real, authentic Indian representation in this book as well, as the authors Ian, Shubham, and Shirag are all of Indian descent themselves and actually run the Desis and Dragons community. I hope I'm saying that right. Check it out. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. There's going to be a lot of links in the description. I'll try to organize them as best I can, but you know, it's the best kind of representation when it's written by the people it wants to represent. You know, you have that integration right at a base writing level, and I absolutely love to see that. And the final product we're looking at is Cooking Unleashed, which is a supplement for the somewhat recently released Treasure Vault book, adding not only a bunch of new alchemical food items to go along with all the new alchemical food items released in that book, but also releasing the culinarian research field and the chef archetype for any character to take. They've added tons of new items, tons of new feats for the alchemist class to interact with that new type of alchemical item, as well as expanding upon the Kingmaker campsite meal system. Look at this list of meals they're adding. This is just for like campsite, sitting, cooking, and buffing your party. I love that they're expanding upon this not often talked about system with so much potential in the TTRPG space. The chef dedication works very similarly to a few other archetypes like the herbalist and the alchemist dedications, where you get limited alchemical reagents per day to spend only on food items, which is exactly how an archetype like that should work. In addition, you can use crafting in place of any cooking lore check, which I think is super cool. You know, you might not want to spend the skill points on cooking lore to be separate from crafting, so if you can just bump up your crafting, then when that maitre d' serves up the gray stuff, you can roll your check and go, it's delicious. Once again, I'm not going to go into over detail here on the new Alchemist subclass or the archetype because this is not available for free, so I don't want to be the one giving it away for free because that would feel kind of scummy, so check out the link in the description. But there's also new items here, so I will tease, 1 or 2 new items because I will give you a little bit for free. Wait, hold on, there's one called the Supernatural Sushi, and I didn't know that. This freaking level 10 item, for an hour after eating it, you're not flat-footed in the water, you don't take the weapon penalties for attacking in the water, and you deal bonus damage to aquatic creatures. God, that's great. There is so much room to explore, experiment, and innovate with the new food item system introduced in Treasure Vaults, and this book is doing exactly that. So check it out. And while you're there, check out Adventures in Jean Marais, and check out Queer Finder Volume 2, which also has a Volume 1, in case that wasn't obvious enough. They're all great products that I highly recommend you go out of your way to at least give a chance. Thank you again to Gallant Goblin for sponsoring this video and providing these content supplements. It's been a delight getting to check them out, and I hope you all enjoy checking them out yourselves on Pathfinder Infinite. Look forward to a lot more videos like this where I cover some third-party stuff, but I just give you the tease. I just give you a little bit to get you interested, really just dangle that hook in front of your face, and once we've landed you, I reel you in to hit that subscribe button in case you haven't already. That sounded cooler in my head. Anyway, the video's over. See you later.